Not sure what the frick happened, but I've fixed it. Don't ask. I don't know. For some reason, my camera decided that it needed to be invisible. And then when I reopened it, it was over the full screen, so absolutely not what it needs to be. But we're good, we're back. Finally, my hair out of its tight tie. Right. I painted, you're right. Bonk. Ooh, posture check, hydrate. We're doing
I'm not a shrink.
A full-on. You did a thing? What thing did you do? Hydrate. You painted 4 guys. Holy shit, that's amazing. Nice stretch. What did you paint from base coat to finish? Holy shit, that's a hell of a lot more than I managed to get done. What did you paint? Pictures. If you have them, if you want to share, that is. Well, actually, it's a really personal experience. Up until 2:30. Okay, that's slightly explains why you're able to do 4 in a day. Also, obviously, it depends entirely on what you're painting. Ooh, Instagram. Let's have a quick little peekaroo. Heck yes. That's awesome. I am so pleased for you. That is such a good result. Awesome. They look great. Okay, just in the zone, yeah. Sometimes you have those days. I must admit I had a pretty good when was it? Not this weekend because I was away. Then you slept until 1 PM Sunday. Nice. Sometimes we need days like that. It can be really healing. Marquis, hi, how are you? Thank you for the bonk. Traveling with the relatives was really nice to see them again. We rented a cottage in Aldborough, which was really nice. Yeah, we did the touristy stuff. Went to the beach. Oh come on. Had fish and chips. Watched Bake Off because my mum doesn't. Well, they don't show the British Bake Off until like December in the Netherlands. No, it was all right. Saturday it was a bit spotty in the morning, but Sunday it was really quite nice. So sorry, and Friday it was, but it was lovely. We had no issues with the weather at all. So yeah, it was really nice. I had a bit of a crash out on Sunday morning because I'm a special little snowflake and I crash out sometimes. Teacher to use BBC iPlayer. Yeah, so it's not on BBC anymore. It's on Channel 4 now. And I mean, she doesn't mind waiting until December normally, but it's the kind of thing that she really enjoys watching, so Nivian was kind enough to get the like the 1 month free to it does. That's what I used to use on when I used to like be upstairs, play World of Warcraft, and have Channel 4 on the side, which was it's alright. And she could watch it, but in all honesty, her English sometimes isn't the best. Like when people have quite thick accents, she struggles. Like there's a girl from Liverpool on the show at the moment, and my mum can't really understand what she says. Well, she can, but it's takes a bit longer. So she prefers it with subtitles. So normally she would wait until December. Oh, I apparently forgot to turn the captioner on. Thank you for the reminder. You speak to Scotland a lot and you have issues. Yeah, it's we have a thank you for the lurk, White Wolf. We have a supplier who does electric boilers and stuff, and they're based in Scotland, and they're pretty Scottish, which is quite funny actually. I don't normally have an issue like understanding them, but it sometimes depends on what they on what they're saying. And whether or not I know what the conversation is about. Like if they suddenly go and nearly talk about something that I'm entirely unfamiliar with, I would struggle with that if I didn't. But normally I'm pretty good with understanding accents, fortunately. But yeah, she had a good time. I had a crash out on Sunday morning, which did cause a bit of a awkward end to the trip, which was a bit annoying. I lost my cool. I just one of those things. I just sometimes struggle to apparently communicate correctly. That I need 5 minutes to recharge to not get bothered, because I felt like I made it quite clear, and my mum, I talked to her yesterday and she said that I didn't make it clear at all, so here we are. But yeah, I'm allowed to be human, I know, but I felt very guilty for flipping my lid like the way I did. I know it's not something that I shouldn't have to feel guilty about it, because it was, in my mind, I feel like I was very clear, but apparently I should have flagged things up sooner before I got to the point that I needed space. And I'm like, well, that's not really fair, because how am I supposed to flag things up if I'm not there yet? Yeah, that is kind of what I said. And I said, I basically said I need a bit of space. I was making breakfast essentially. My mum and my brother were having coffee on the balcony, or on the patio thing, which was really nice. And I thought, in my mind, because we had to check out at a certain time, in my mind I was like, I will make breakfast for us so that they can chill and have their coffee outside, don't have to rush, and then when breakfast is ready, they can come inside, we can have breakfast, and then we can do the last bits of packing and then head out. But apparently me being in the kitchen prompted them to all of a sudden want to help, So as in like, oh well, you don't have to do everything. It's like, well, that wasn't it. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want you guys to feel like you needed to do something. I thought I would do something, and then we can all have breakfast, and there's no drama, no stress. So I was there in this tiny cottage kitchen frying eggs and bacon, and they decided to do the washing up behind me. And I said, basically, I said like, look, I'm this is really stressing me out. I need a bit more space. And they were like, well, you don't have to do it all yourself. I was like, no, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just leave me alone for a bit. Didn't really happen. They didn't really give me space. I crashed out, and then at the breakfast table, they were like, well, you should have said something sooner. You need to just calm down. And I lost it. I was like, need to just calm down. Yeah, basically that. It's like I'm just like, I know that I don't want to like force my own problematic, granted, mental timetable on other people. I was like, I will do things that are that will cause me the least amount of stress without making other people follow my my crazy train. But yeah, then never in the history of calming down has anyone ever calmed down when they were told to calm down. I was not happy. I said, I just need 5 minutes just to get my shit back together. I was like, well, why didn't you say something sooner? Because it wasn't an issue sooner. Ah! Yeah, it was never exactly. Like, it's like you just should have said something sooner, but there wasn't a sooner. Like, literally, I was fine until you guys got in the way. Like, even the best, most comfortable couples together do not want to be in the kitchen together when it's small, right? When it's a small kitchen, just get out of my fucking way. I'm making dinner. You go stand over there. You go drink your coffee or whatever, and I'll do whatever. Oh man, it's yeah, I was pissed. A funny story. Literal years for university to do DIY together. Yep. In the voice of Michael Winner, calm down, dear. Tally commercial. DIY is possibly the most difficult one. I work at my speed. Nivian worked at his speed, and then Nivian's dad worked at another speed. The idea of starting a job, like this garage, for example, we did this together, all three of us. And it mostly went really, really well. But there were times where something wasn't quite perfectly aligned, and rather than just getting it in, we'll fix it, Nivian's dad was like, oh no, we need to fix it now, and like we do it perfectly and make sure it's all. It's like, yes, but also I just want to finish this job. I don't want to be here for 3 more. Can we just finish it? Man, looking for problems because you enjoy fixing problems. We almost got divorced over building a bread box. I love that. That's amazing. What kind of bread box? Sorry, I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but it is funny. It was an Argos one with the... Oh no! Yes. I really like Argos for what they are, but I am also very conscious that IKEA furniture is just slightly easier to build. I've built my fair share of IKEA stuff over the years and always really enjoyed it. I've fucking this up massively. It's funny now, yeah. So wouldn't say to have two people. Oh, yeah. With the slats, right? So it folds around itself. Yeah. It's yeah. I've built shitloads of things. I've built our massive, like, is it like 4x4 IKEA Kallax unit on my own, because I'd rather do stuff alone and like stuff like that alone than get frustrated with someone else. Not you currently mounting IKEA pegboards. Oh, this guy is hell, yeah. But yeah, I've built my fair share of IKEA stuff. Like, this is a Billy behind us. This is an Alex chest of drawers. That's a Alex cupboard. We have a lot of IKEA. Two more Alexes in the main house. Yeah, we love we love IKEA here. And then I bought, when we were in a hurry, we needed a single bed because we had the guests staying with us. And I needed to still build the bed. So we went to Argos because there's an Argos in town here. So we'll pick something up that we can actually build straight away, because the nearest IKEA is an hour and a half drive from here. So I picked up this Argos bed, and I think within like 20 minutes I was fuming. I'm doing by myself, absolutely fine normally, but it made you, like, the headboard had these really long screws that go through into... there are these metal, like, little lugs with a flathead screw marker in the top, and you screw your bolt into that, and that holds it into place in, like, these fucking little plug thingies just would not grip these screws. I was fuming in like 20 minutes. So upsetting. I built so many IKEA things, and then this bloody Argos bed had me, like, in 20 minutes had me spitting mad. It was really funny. And then I had to take it apart again and build it again, take it apart again, build it again, because we don't have a spare bedroom as such, so if someone stays with us, we take half of our office furniture apart, put it in a different room, and then build a bed and add a mattress, etc. Oh my god, it was what an absolute yeah. Next time, if we ever do buy a bed again for that room, it's going to be an IKEA bed. One of your first jobs was working in the range, building furniture and garden furniture. Very handy. Yes. You know, I've never been to the range. I don't know if that's like heresy or something, or if it's... Get a metal frame bed. Yeah. The trouble in this case was that because the person who was staying with us was very, very tall, I didn't want to have a footboard that was taller than, or higher than the mattress. So our choices were very limited at the time. We also now don't really have space to store a bed frame anymore now that we have this garage conversion, because we have just enough space in the front of the garage for our like our tools and stuff. Less fatigue on the wood. Yeah, it's true. It's okay from assembling and disassembling. Yeah, that's true. To be honest, like, this bed was 80 quid. That bed frame. We bought a good mattress, but the bed frame was cheap. So we've used it probably about 10 times, and I've chucked it out now because it was just ratty. And like I said, we have not really any space anymore. So I'm just like, okay, cool. good reason to get rid. I am blinding myself with this light in my eyes. God. Yeah, I love IKEA. I'm kind of sad that there is no IKEA nearby here. I would love to just every so often go have a little walk around IKEA Wonderland and buy some things I don't need. And eat some meatballs. Because that's kind of a requirement if you go. And then come home with a load of tea towels and extra cutlery and some random plushie that you didn't think you needed, but clearly do. Clearly do need. Oh, something being posted in the Discord. You came home with no extras. You, sir, are stronger than I am. My whole reason for going to IKEA is to bring home extras. I love IKEA. Yes, those pegboards. Why are they not level? Why are they not? Yes, I know, not level and not symmetrical. God, no, that would give me so much anxiety. Oh man. Oh, you got the paint mega set. Nice. I'm snooping. Lost records. Good stuff. Yeah, those pegboards are awesome. What are the long things on one side? On the right board, but on the left side? The long stretchy things? Are they like elasticy things that you can snap things behind or something? Or bungee straps? Yeah, okay, cool. I love IKEA. I mean, I would have space behind my monitor here for one of those, and probably on the wall here as well, actually. And above Nivian's desk as well, but I don't really know what transfers could go in there. I have a lot of transfers that are currently in a drawer. A cup for old paintbrushes, probably also cool. Milliput can go in there. Yeah, we have one of these like rainbow colored plastic chest of drawers on wheels. That's full of a lot of shit, but another one of those items that just sort of gets the job done. It's not an IKEA, it's a I think it might actually be B&M or something. Or maybe B&Q, I can't actually remember. It's either way, it's useful. Although the drawers are a bit sticky. Okay. Tap. 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 I spent a bit of time working on his face, and this was, when was this? I want to say Monday. I was still off on Monday, and I thought, you know what, I need to put some gold on this. Like, I don't actually know. I know it has a name in armor, but the metal neck protector, basically. So I put some gold on it. I was like, oh yeah, I actually did all right on that. Quite happy with that. And then I'm like, oh cool, put all the gold away. Then I realised he has gold in his hair. Felt a little bit silly. I look at him like, oh shoot, I completely forgot that he has more gold. Of course he has more gold. It is Fulgrim after all. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I have seen that word before. Gorget? That's how I would pronounce it, but obviously not native, so it could be anything. Gorget, 10 out of 10. Gorget. Gorget, if you're French. Only if you're French. Garçon, où est ma gorget et ma baguette? And I'm actually doing French Duolingo, and I'm getting some really, really stupid sentences. I swear, Duolingo is. Thank you. That was. I deserve that. It's. I know. Zut alors, merde.
Hey, listen!
I'm listening. I am listening. Now, I used to speak French in school, and I was, at the time, quite good at it. I think I used to work in a hotel in housekeeping for a couple of months when I was like early 20s. They are important French lessons. I remember some of the guests. We had a French middle-aged couple stay at our hotel, and they were like, they at some point said to me, "This is ridiculous. Why does the housekeeping speak better French than the receptionist?" I was like, but this was 20 years ago, so it is all gone, I'm afraid. It is all gone. Hence the Duolingo. Not that helps a lot. What is my current lessons? Don't talk to me. No, I don't want to learn. What? Duolingo now has chess, apparently. Gender and numbers, apparently, is this lesson. But, yeah. I feel after 140 days I should know by now what the numbers are, but here we are. Right, so. Gems? Yeah, exactly. 80, yeah, 99. I do like the French, they're so weird. And in defense to the French, if you're able to make food like that, I feel like you're allowed to be a little bit happy with yourself. Also, I love the idea. There's no defense for the fruit. There is, though. Just add garlic. Lots of butter. Lots and lots of butter. And garlic. Grumbles in English. No, I've had some really, really good holidays in France when I was younger. Walking to, like, we used to stay in a little chateau, little, like, small castle thingy. One of our sort of acquaintances had a hotel in this castle thingy. Make really old or not. Yeah, he had like a hotel with about five rooms in it, so it's very small. It basically meant that it was just a couple of Dutch people from like the upper echelons of Amsterdam society would go there. You go to Cancun, that's awesome. But it was really, really nice there, and we got to stay there because we helped with housekeeping and we had the afternoons off, so it was really chill. And being able to walk to a bakery in the morning and get fresh bread and then butter and some conserve of some sort, like an amazing jam, and just have that, or croissants and can. I'm trying to work out what to work on next. Probably should be the weapons. Probably gonna be weapons. What are you doing in Cancun? Is it holiday or is it I don't think I will, to be honest. I think I'll keep it because with how fragile it is, for one, I don't think it would survive the journey if I sold it. Also, the kit itself is like £182. With all my hours that go into it, I'd have to sell it for like 500 quid, and no one is buying it at 500 quid. And at that point, I'd be very, very, very scared that I wouldn't survive the journey. So I think he probably gets to stay home unless someone says, you know what, I really want it. I'll pay you an absolute fortune. Week at a resort. Oh, nice. That is very nice. Actually, I should probably paint these, shouldn't I? Paint little tassels before I do the weapons. And his dick cloth. Here's what you heard. This isn't very sticky. Well, make a good competition entry piece. Well, it is. It's for our in-house competition, so I've got that going. I did some work on the base as well. When was it? Yesterday? No, not yesterday. Monday. I put a Dead Space Marine on there. Still, obviously, this guy is now glued in. He's sort of finished, and I thought I should probably this all needs to be base coated still. But I put a guy up there who you're a Dead Space Marine. Yeah, I am. Yeah, his hand fell off. Someone chopped it off. But yeah, and in the background, I'm building, or I am, Nivian is building me a dreadnought. Hoping. This looks, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so I built the base for it, and he's just built the actual, or put the model on there so that we can pose him. this foot is not attached yet, but it was more to make sure that his leg was as low as it could be. And he can be a little bit, because the pose for the guys are like, looks really silly. Don't play 3 of those at once. No, are they suffering? Yeah, but this is going to be like in motion kind of thing, so yeah, I'm quite excited about this actually. I've never painted a Dreadnought before, and I am looking forward to it, so here we are. But that is Nivian's little build project at the moment. What chapter Legion are these guys? They are Iron Hands, because during the Heresy, Fulgrim chopped their Primarch's head off, or their chapter master. I don't know if he actually was a Primarch. Probably was. For Iron base properly. All 5 here has a basic bitch pose. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I really, really like the idea of a Dreadnought, but I want to do it with airbrush. I want to start... Thank you, Primarch. Yeah, I want to do it properly. I want to like do some volumetrics on his on the panels, and we bought the Space Wolves triad, color triad, because he needs to be winter themed for the competition that I want to paint him for. I don't have a lot of time. Fulgrim, correct. This Fulgrim is later, but he is technically Horus Heresy Fulgrim, but towards the end, I suppose. But yeah, he chopped Ferrus Manus' head off. It's one of the only names that I can reliably remember. Fulgrim and Ferrus Manus. And poor Ferrus Manus has not had a good time. Is it? Well, that explains that. Yeah, I suppose, actually. Things are not resolved, are they? I never put a stop to it. Chaos Boy still exists. True. The Long War, yeah. It's been 84 years. And then some. Grey Wolf, how are you? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? I love your emotes. They are very cute. Grey Wolves, and oh, thank you for the follow. And Little Muse. We are working on Fulgrim at the moment, and I just realised that I have a load of bits that haven't even been finally able to get my stream. Really appreciate you joining us. Yeah, Fulgrim had a load of bits that were still in the little bits tub for this model. I was yeah, kind of forgot that I still had to paint those. So and I know that technically speaking no one will see this side, but how have you been, Grey Wolf? You alright? Should really... Oh, black, okay. I guess that makes sense. We can't have everything red. Or purple, rather. Let's do some actual black, Abaddon black base, and then we can bring it up with Corvus black. What am I painting? I am painting the Forge World version of Fulgrim. So not the new plastic kit, but the old resin model. And he's rather, rather a lot. He, I preferred this model because I much prefer the wing pose, and I prefer this face to the new kit. Both are really cool, but yeah, I'm still mid. But look at how the wings go on this guy. That's just, yeah, that's just insane to me. I just love how dynamic it looks on his face. Let's see if I can get it actually showing on the camera. There. Yeah, so we're in progress, but then I found a lot of bits that I hadn't done anything with yet. And I was like, oh shoot, I should probably look at those. So we're doing that, and yeah, I'm actually really enjoying painting this guy. You bought that kit for your friend a while back, and he bitched about it the whole time. It's whew. Look, I'm not saying your friend is right, because I love this kit because of how the pose is and everything, but there are some things about it that I would very much change if I could. Not a fan of the weapons. Like, this spear will not stay on. It keeps coming off. I have done everything that I know in my limited repertoire of tips and tricks and how to keep things attached. No matter how well I wash this kit, no matter how carefully I sanded that connection point, super glue is not doing the trick. So I've had to use UV resin, which is even more brittle, I get the impression, than super glue. So I must have knocked it because it came off again, so I have to reattach it at some point. But weapons are a last kind of thing. But I love it, and that's a hell of a present. That's an expensive kit. Like, I am not the materialistic type, but that's you're a cool friend to have. It's but yeah, it's really awesome. I wouldn't soon buy another resin kit, because now I know how much of a challenge they can be, and I had been warned and all of that, and I was stubborn, and I'm glad I went ahead and got it anyway. But it was a challenging build, and a challenging it's still a challenging paint as well, because of how brittle the whole thing is. They are dying out. Apart from the obvious 3D printing sets, but that's all not Games Workshop stuff. To be fair, there's still some really cool resin kits that I wouldn't mind having. Like, I would love to do a Warhound at some point, because I think that's a really cool kit, and it's a really cool model. In lieu of getting the actual Forge World one, I have bought myself the Imperialis ones, just so I can paint some. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's You have to be pretty dedicated, and why is there still a bit of sprue attached to these things? I've only just noticed. What a shitter. Technically it's not sprue in resin kits. Technically. I know. But I'm a shitter and I call things as I see them. But yeah, Warhound is like... Bucket list is probably a big word because I don't really think it will ever happen. Unless I win the lottery or something stupid like that. Because there's never going to be a scenario where I will feel like that's a responsible purchase. I am not that rich. So it's I think it will have to remain Imperialis, unfortunately. Brush, what are we doing? Why are you painting the back? No one will see the back. I will know. And people might see the back because it's not entirely flat against him, so... Bonk. What was that for? I didn't even do anything. Ooh, it's a support kit.
I'm not a shrink.
That's a good shout, actually. I am being a bit shrimpy. Oh, sure. Good stretch. You play a holy paladin, you are the support. Same, resto shaman. Which I actually really enjoy. In part because it means that no one else gets to fuck up the healing. And that I can be to blame if I die as well. I'll never be like, healers? Like, I am the healer. Forgive me if I'm stupid, it's hard for me to put two and two together, but alright, honestly. Yes, I am! I am the same black dog painting. That is me. That is me. I've been hanging out in Chris's streams for a while. I'm usually a lurker, but I'm there, and I went to RoseCon the last time. Ooh, hi! The first like official one, and Kat reached out to me not too long after to ask if I would be interested in joining them for the organization of the next one, and I could not have been more flattered, so here we are. He does need to stream again. Like you said, you're stupid. No, you're not stupid at all. It's not like my logo or anything are on Chris's Discord, so it's unless you know of me, it's I very much do not expect anyone to just know me. Believe he's aiming for next week. Awesome. Yeah, his I think his refurb is finally getting to a point that it's finish, from what I understand. I haven't really spoken with him recently, to be honest. He's been very busy, understandably. I am Dutch. Oh, finish. Yes. I'm throwing my little files. Don't try this at home. This is resin that I'm filing, and I should be wearing a mask. It's another one of those, what is the bonks today? What am I... Is that for me sanding resin? That's fair, actually. That is fair. I should get disciplined for that. Yeah. But if this is the thing that tops me, then so be it. Which is not a healthy approach at all, I know, but for like 2 seconds of sanding, I blob. What's everyone up to this evening? Is everyone having a decent week, or has it been an absolute shit show? Both are valid. You're about to go make a pizza, nice. Maybe try and rescue the table you attempted to make a table, but it didn't go well? Oh, tablet. Oh, as in Scottish tablet. As in, like, sugary, butterscotchy goodness. It's not set right. Hmm. Yeah, absolutely you can. Trying to fix an hour on a model of a jet bike. Wow, awesome. But yes, painted, obviously. We're all friends here, so I don't think you held it at a soft boil temperature long enough. Ah, okay. I must admit, I've never made it. I used to date a Scottish guy for a little bit who made it once, and I loved it, but I've never made it myself. Insomniac's Dream. I'm assuming it's Insomniac's Dream. Lovely artist, stream person who's doing a black coach build. Oh, nice! And paintathon on Friday. Awesome. Black Coach is a wonderful model. She's Canadian, starting 6 PM UK time. Cool. Feel free to put that in the Discord as well, in case people are interested. Put it in the stream announcements. If you want, you can put their channel in there, and then people can follow and stuff. I think if you put it back in the pan, bring it back to the boil, yeah, it might actually. Is it just is it sweetened condensed milk with sugar? Or is it sugar with cream in it? I can't remember how he made it, to be honest. I know there's not very many ingredients to it, but kilogram sugar, 250 grams of milk, 110 butter, and oh, sorry, it has condensed milk and sugar. Cool. Replacing one of the ingredients with cream makes fudge. Oh, that makes sense. I'm assuming the milk. I love fudge as well. I'm an absolute sucker for these kind of sweets. Like, mostly not Warhammer painting with a lovely community. You're at 150 stream. Wow, that's actually impressive. You're a fan. Mostly not Warhammer painting with a lovely community. Nice. I feel like any kind of artist stream, anyone who is doing social creation of any kind should be applauded, encouraged, and shared around as much as possible in the best possible way. Because it's hard to get support sometimes. But the filled tablet is made for a nice runny icing. Ooh. You're going to make brookies when you go to Cardiff? Oh. I found when she was painting a lion. Oh, awesome. I'll have to check her out. I find it quite difficult to really engage in streams, because the rare occasions that I have, or the rare times that I have, let's say a free evening where I can watch something like that, I'm usually too tired to actually be active in these streams. You're almost done with the Titan, just the legs, weapons, and the base. Wow. You've really made good progress on that. That's gone quick. Or I feel it's gone quick. Am I imagining that, or...? After the main body was done and the shin plates, everything just falling into place. Nice. Yeah. One day. Now the question is, do I ship it or deliver it in person? Yeah. I think I'd personally deliver it in person, depending on how far it's going, obviously. Or alternatively, if you want to ship it, going to like B&M or something and buying one of these big plastic tubs and filling that up with like bubble wrap and packing peanuts and stuff. That tends to be a good way to ship very large Warhammer models just to the west coast. I don't know how far that is from you, so it's still could still be very far, but it could also not be very far. So. Painting black on stream really is not the best choice I could have made. You guys can't see anything on of the definition or anything like that. Need to get some detail on there. Pronto. It's about 2,000 miles. Yeah, that is. I mean, to me, that's a crazy distance. Considering growing up in the Netherlands, like the farthest you can get from one point in the Netherlands to the other is like 250 kilometers. And then you're either in Belgium or in the sea. Like American distances are crazy to me. Canadian distances even more so anyway. Nivian and I went to BlizzCon in 2019 to California, Anaheim. And yeah, that was a bit of a shock to the system. The distances. Am I planning on RoseCon next year? Hell yeah. Yeah, I absolutely want to be there. I mean, it's hard. I would struggle to help judge competitions and stuff if I'm not there, but at the same time, like it was such a good time this year that I really really want to go again, even if I wasn't part of the organization. But it's a bit easier for me, obviously, because I'm in England, so I don't need to travel that far. It's just 6 hours in the car or something on a bad day. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see you. Because you're saying that you were planning on... or hoping to go, right? If I remember correctly, that is. That's some gold in the next model. Awesome. That's enough for now. Time for a kappa. Why do I keep picking up the wrong paints? It's weird. You're hoping you have a call for the 3k goal, which hopes to get for there. Oh, awesome. What's the Kofi? But yeah, 3k should get you there quite easily. Flights aren't that expensive, and hotels in Cardiff are really not bad at all. Depending on how much you eat of the American-sized portions, that might be the only thing that you'd need to be mindful of, like buying more food than you're used to, possibly. But also the food is not particularly expensive in Cardiff either, so... Oh, okay. Like PayPal, I did not know about that. But yeah, Cardiff was... yeah, not all that expensive, to be honest. Obviously 3k is a shitload of money, but you should... that should be fine for a trip. Just another fish and chips. It's funny, my mum, she's Dutch, what a surprise. She really likes the fish, but she's not a huge fan of the chips, which I can understand. A bin breakfast. I might be too much of an immigrant to know what that is. But yeah, like I was saying, my mum really likes the fish, but she hates the chips because she doesn't hate the chips. That's big. That's a bit exaggeration. But they're not. Oh, just English breakfast: eggs, bacon, sausage, beans, blood sausage, toast, hash browns. I imagine, which is technically American, I believe. Tomato, fried tomato. Mushrooms. Need to change my camera. That's funny. Look what my camera does with the light there. That's weird. Let's see if I can. Maybe if I raise it but tilt it. Don't know if that helps at all. Mr. Red, how are you? We were there in 2019 before getting to know everyone here. Yeah, it's one of those things. Happens a lot. How are you tonight? Are you doing okay? Yes, you may. Oh, well, I'll have to have a look. Doing good, been doing a lot of housework. Oh, nice. Clear head, clear mind. Clear house, clear mind, rather. Clear house, clear head. Oh, sick. That is really cool. They are so massive, aren't they? I mean, that's the whole point, but... Oh man, so cool. I love the idea of doing a Titan at some point. Some point in the future. Need to win the lottery first. Really need to get the dwarves finished for next year. Well, you still have time. For next year, as in for Blood Bowl or something. Oh no, they're doing a different kind of competition this year, aren't they? No Blood Bowl, but I don't actually. I can't remember what the plan was for the game. You're giving another one away the week of Halloween. Oh my god. What has made what's prompted that, or what's brought that on? Titan giveaway. That's whew, one hell of a giveaway. Doing Heresy. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Old World with Tim. That's cool. I've only ever played one game of Warhammer, and that was Age of Sigmar, and it was like a 1,000-point game. This was at the very start of my Warhammer journey. I just painted a bunch of dryads and Branch Witch, I believe, and my first Tree Lord. And Nivian very kindly played a game with me to show me what things are like. And I wish I could say I enjoyed it more. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I don't really have the attention span for it. Like, I really struggle to stay engaged. You've had one tutorial and they stopped doing it in Focus 40k. And is that your local gaming store or local hobby store? Still miffed, yeah, as you would be. Or should be. And should be. Are they not open to revisiting that? Sometimes if there's enough interest, these kind of places will plan things on request. Or was there not enough interest there for them to keep doing it? It's a bit of a shame, really. I feel like we've been very lucky with our local hobby store. They're just super chill people, and the guy who does the Warhammer side of things is a really nice guy. He actually sent me a friend request on Facebook the other day, so now we're Facebook friends, bless him. Not that I really use Facebook, but I do occasionally look through it because, I follow their page, which they post their painting competition information on there, and I obviously check my dog's daycare photos that they post on there. This guy you follow on Twitch has gaming groups all over the place, close to one Stockport, but difficult to get to, but he just said no one was interested. Oh. That's a shame. It's kind of strange to me, really, that I so easily will sit here for hours and hours and hours painting my little models. The only thing, well, I might have an audiobook in the background, or maybe have a movie on or something like that. Don't particularly pay attention to it, but it's still on, just as a little background noise. But I struggle to stay focused on a game like Warhammer. I would quite like to enjoy these things, but yeah, struggle to stay focused and not get unbearably bored. And I don't want to be that person who just sits on their phone while the other person has their turn. I feel like that is the height of, like, rudeness. So yeah, don't do that. I would rather just not play than be a bad opponent. Which I don't know if that's a healthy relationship to have with the game, but here we are. But yeah, painting for hours and hours, and no issues whatsoever. Fabric scritchies. On this little dreadnought that I'm going to be doing, I think I am going to try to do some freehand on the panels, or at least on one panel, depending on how much time I have, obviously, because it needs to be done and handed in by the 6th of December, which sounds like a long time, but if you're like me, it really isn't a very long time. So, yeah, hoping to be able to do some work on that maybe on the weekend. Should probably watch a guide on Space Wolves. Nivian said he was going to print me off a 3D printed Space Wolves like bits kit. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's gonna look like. It well, I saw the kit. I saw the bits because he showed them to me. He said, "Do you just want some of them or all of them?" And I said, "No. If we're gonna go Space Wolves, we're gonna go hard." Because they're, in my mind, the most wintry themed ones. And with the base that I'm building, my plan is to do Frozen River between the legs. So that'll be scary. I hope I can get that to work without it all going to tip top, so to speak. I think it will be alright. I have used my UV resin before now, so I should sort of know. And I'll pre-tint it before it goes on, which should hopefully help with the colouring. I just don't want it to look shit. I've never seriously entered a competition before. This is going to be my first real attempt at joining a competition, or entering a competition rather. And yeah, fortunately this time they've said they'll split the entries of people who have won like Golden Demon, Iron Skull kind of, or have entered and placed, I suppose I should say. Because they did their very first competition was during their what's it called? They had an 11-year anniversary event, and about a week before the event they told everyone that they were going to do a painting competition during the event, and that we should just bring whichever model we were most happy with. Which for me was problematic because I'd literally just sold the model that I was most happy with. So I had to enter something just for the hell. I wanted to enter something anyway. I knew I wasn't going to win with it, but I wanted to enter something anyway. For yeah, just to one, to support the company, the shop on their big day, and two, because I wanted to push myself a little bit, get out of my comfort zone, and well, enter something I wasn't planning on entering at all. So yeah, I obviously didn't win, but I feel like that's a bad way to enter a competition anyway. If you only enter to win, I think that's unhealthy. Obviously it's probably the goal, but can hardly yeah, you can't really expect just to win just based on yeah, you can't just do things just to win. Sometimes you need to just enter to just get like the participation trophy. Just looking at potentially other paints. I have so many paints on my desk, it's really kind of silly the amount of paint I have here, but I guess I can put a few things back. Just a few things though, not too many. Oh Christ. Righty-ho. Oh Christ, don't drop my paints. So many blues. And what was I picking up? A purple. That's a red. Oh, I could do this. We have a burgundy, which looks like that might do the trick. Is very close to Ninjon's purple, but I think if we mix that with a bit of black, get a bit of Corvus in there. Iron Warriors can go back on the shelf because we're not doing metallics at the moment. A bit more Corvus, which has to be one of my favorite paints. Corvus Black is amazing. Avalanche Sunset is another one that I absolutely adore for colors. It's kind of funny because I never really paint yellow and I never really paint black. Apart from here, but yeah, it's probably not this brush, so this is gonna give me. Let's do this one. It's funny with how the light falls on this model. I sometimes don't notice when there's bits that are still white. I say funny, it's annoying really, but... Like what I thought was like glossy reflection of damp paint was actually just a bit of grey. More. How weird. How weird. Looks kind of cool. Need to remember that. Cool. Hip cloth number 2. Dinner has been acquired. Lovely. Pizza? Homemade pizza. Lovely. What did you put on it? I haven't made a homemade pizza in years. I really should do that again. Garlic barbecue butter base. Mozzarella Leicester topping with baby bell and string cheese stuffed crust. Ooh. That sounds awesome. I remember one of the first things that I cooked when I moved to England. I wasn't working at the time yet, so I had a bit more time to make dough and all that. Was a seafood pizza, because Nivian's ex-girlfriend hated seafood and wouldn't have it in the house. So he could never have seafood pizza, even though he liked it. So I wanted to make seafood pizza. Came out really well, if I remember correctly. Do you have a pizza stone that you use, or do you just stick it in a really, really hot oven? Nice. Yeah, I don't have a pizza stone. I keep seeing them at Lidl. I say I keep seeing them. They occasionally sell them at Lidl, so I might pick one up at some point. Because that does change things. Turns it from a topped bread to into a pizza. The oven should have heated it much more before pizza in. Yeah. It takes a while, and it always makes me feel bad for like wasting power. I feel like if you're making a pizza and you do it in like a wood oven, you don't really have that kind of hang-ups, because like you're just burning wood. But if it's electrical or gas or whatever, it always makes me feel awkward if I'm spending a long time heating or preheating an oven. Fiddlesticks. And I know that's a bit silly because it's all part of the cooking process, right? So why would you feel guilty about using power to heat your oven if heating your pizza stone is part of making the pizza? But that's my stupid brain coming out to play again. Normally would make pizza dough, then bake a couple of things whilst the dough... Yeah, that's clever. That's a good way of doing it without feeling bad about it. Like, stick a bread in there or something while you're or biscuits, cookies. How's the pizza? I'm assuming you're still eating, or have you had it already? Delicious? Halfway. Amazing. I love good cheesy pizza. I made a lasagna on Thursday because I figured that's something that I can make in advance. Don't have to worry about cooking in the evening. You can just throw it in the oven to reheat, or like to bake while pre-build it and store it until it needs to be heated. That came out really well, actually. Look, it was really tasty. I normally make my lasagna mostly vegetarian. Not that I'm vegetarian, but I feel like they make some decent vegetarian corn-based mince now. So I ironically fry that in some bacon lardons and then use that in my sauce. And I know that technically speaking a lasagna shouldn't have like meat and stuff in the sauce. It should just be layers of a very, very good tomato-y sauce and pasta, but once you finish this, you'll attempt to build a few models before making this week's work lunches. You are you like a food prepper? Besides hugely productive, lasagna is a cake, it is. A savoury cake. You're hugely productive though. Making pizza, building models, and then making lunches. When was it nice that you found food prepping is needed? Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. That makes sense. Do you take hot food with you to work then? Or do you change your schedule to have like hot food during the day? I feel like I might struggle to have proper dinner during work. I feel like I would crash afterwards. Eh. You found your meals are backwards. Hot food for breakfast, about 6 cold, pasta sandwiches for lunch at midnight, cake, biscuit snack near the end of shift, toast for dinner after work. Jeez. That I feel like I would also struggle with that. Because if you're waking up in the evening and having to eat warm food, I think my... because I'm not normally hungry first thing. Don't know how that would... Yeah, it might work actually, because I do tend to function better in... like in the evenings, provided I don't have to be up early mornings, obviously. Like, sort of like 2 till midnight are my preferred hours. But unfortunately I don't get to live those hours because I have to work and I can't function if I am tired, so I have to go to bed before and get up early. And I am not a morning person. I normally wake about 2 to have a bit of time before eating. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. What time do you finish work? And start work, I suppose, as well. $6 AM if you finish on time. What time do you start? Like 11? 6, 7, 8 PM. Ooh, that's a long shift. 8. Oh, that's not too bad actually. It's 8 hours, 7.5. How are you finding it? Are you enjoying it, night shifts, or do you prefer daytime? Some people find it really enjoyable. They actually prefer the nighttime schedule, but it's not for everyone. 10-hour shifts, night manager, 8 till 12, 8 AM to 12-hour shifts. Oh, jeez. That's pretty chunkular. Just go past fast, just constantly busy the whole night. Sleep pattern's fine. Today's off that are a bit more annoying if you're now wide awake because the world is going to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, that is rough. I think I would struggle with it. It would probably be alright if, like, Nivian was also doing night shifts, but I think I'd find it very difficult to have, like, alternating day-night patterns. I also don't know how my dog would cope with a switched over day-night pattern. I guess he'd adjust, but you spent a fortnight looking after parents' dog when they were on holiday. Just made sure to take for a walk and give breakfast before you went to bed. Oh yeah, okay. That does work, I suppose. The dog has to be the one that likes to sleep. Yeah, true. I think mine doesn't hate it, but he's quite alert. So he needs to be somewhere in like an environment where he doesn't feel like he needs to be awake for me, if that makes sense. Doesn't need to keep an eye out. These are probably actual faces, aren't they? They're going to be skin. Knowing Fulgrim. I don't want to roll over my dog. He's under the table. That's okay. Stay, buddy. You're okay. Bugman's Glow will do, and I've got Kislev Flesh. Where did he go now? Oh, we're back in his bed. Okay. Back in his bed. Yeah, knowing Fulgrim, he's probably put some actual faces of people. And no, I don't know Fulgrim really, but his new 40k model leads me to believe that he is a little bit crazy. This one is Horus Heresy. So technically 30k, but the new model I believe is 40k. I say that with the most question marks you could have behind it, to be honest. He's not Age of Sigmar. That is a different system, different world, but I think technically speaking, normal Fulgrim pre-transfigured is Heresy. And then 40k after, I suppose. But this kit announces itself as the Horus Heresy. So but like I said earlier, this is the Forge World kit, which is not the same as the new 40k kit, so it's quite funny. I put some of my paints back on my shelf earlier. I've had so many paints on my desk for so long, and I was like, oh, I should really put some paints back on my shelf because I don't need them anymore or whatever. And now I'm painting these faces. I'm thinking, oh, I should really use that sage green that I had earlier, because these faces, they shouldn't be looking healthy face-like. They should be dead and possibly slightly green and dead skinnied. I guess I'll have to get it back off the shelf. I suppose I could mix in some of the green into the Kislev flesh. I think I'd probably get quite close with that one. Tint-wise. How does one paint ripped off faces? Because they need to look like faces, but at the same time they need to look dead. So I'm guessing a bit of blood around where they've been attached, possibly. And maybe yeah, maybe a bit of green. Make him look proper dead. There's something really disturbing about these things, which is obviously as intended. Not a bad day, just got nothing going on worth talking about. Oh. Well, likewise. I'm just sitting here rambling on about Fulgrim and the faces on his See, it's funny how if I put the light here, it is way more, the visibility on what I'm doing is way better. But then you guys got my freaking, I need to put my camera down there, move my monitor over farther, put my camera on a stick or something, so it's not, oh, I can't, that's gonna be in my eyes. It's funny, at first when I picked these up, sorry, I thought these were like what are they called? Like almost like charm beads, like I suppose they could still be in Fulgrim's messed up way, using actual human faces as little what are they called? They're like Pandoras or something, the little charm bracelets. Hello. How's eyes? Oh Lord. Left eye sore because needle. Oof. Right eye sees, left eye is sore, decided feeling left out, so spontaneously develops. Oh, nice. As you do. I don't think anyone is ever going to see the back here, but I'll still stick a bit of wash on. This face, look at it. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on it. Yeah. Look how fucking messed up that is. So we need to call them tomorrow to figure out whether it's worth and going in to get lasered. Oh, because when are you supposed to be in? Because I'm assuming all this was the back of being sick as a dog since Friday. Oh, fantastic. Oh, Christ, okay. And is it the same eye, or is it the eye with the sty that needs lasering tomorrow? That's a fun thing to say. Eye with the sty. Eye with the sty. Plague bearer flesh contrast. That can do it. Left eye is done for another month. Okay. So you've got to go back in with this eye tomorrow, and then in a month the left eye, and then I'm assuming a couple of days later the right eye, or right eye is one and done. Oh, okay, cool. Left eye needs 5 injections, then laser. Honestly, I'd be like, knock me out, give me all 5. Oh well, I'd rather. But that's obviously not an option, otherwise you'd go for that, but... All but this because young Z was a silly prick. What did young Z do that, caused it? I didn't realise this is something that you could, like, contract. Ignore this doctor for 10 years and take his meds. Ah. Ah. Okay. For 10 years. It's a silly prick. Yeah. Silly prick. But we still love you. Essentially a side effect of high blood sugar that damages small blood vessels everywhere. Yeah, that's why toes and stuff go, right? Because of like reduced blood flow. Correct, okay. The eyes compensate by growing more blood vessels. Oh, well, that's useful, I suppose. But they're shitty. So once your sugar is back under control, they need to be got rid of because they can. Oh, okay. No. Eyes are very finicky, aren't they? I mean, I'm very grateful for mine, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, geez. Like, could you not? I feel very bad for people a couple 100 years ago, and obviously all the time before that. Like, if you were blind, you were just blind. Like, bad eyesight, well, guess little Timmy just can't see. My nails are fun today. I've been picking at them, so I've got the only polish left is on this one pinky finger and these two thumbs. I need to redo them, but I didn't get a chance yesterday. Happy Wednesday! Hi Jim, you alright? Yeah, seems to be going okay so far. Obviously it's nearly finished, but it's been alright. It's not been too bad. Work was alright. Time went pretty quick, which is always nice. So yeah, not complaining. How about yours? If you got into mini paint, you could probably get distracted and paint your nails with fun patterns. Yeah? I mean, no law against it. It's certainly a way to stay entertained. It's funny, both these the rightmost two faces are the most detailed, funnily enough. Your Wednesday's decent, long day at work? I hope it's at least a good day, a good long day at work. Mine was alright at work. Like I said, I've been busy-ish, so it's at least keeping me makes the days go quicker. Still boring, like I'm not doing anything interesting, but it's making the days pass. Processing payroll tomorrow, so that's always nice. That means that I get paid again. It's funny because if I don't do it, no one gets paid. Or no one gets paid correctly anyway. You're still at work, just had one hard call because I had no idea what to say and you had no idea what they're saying. Oh god, it's so difficult if people don't know what they need to tell you. That sounds really daft, but like, if people don't know what they're looking at without seeing what they're looking at, it's incredibly difficult to work out what the problem is remotely. Did you work it out? Did you work out what the issue was? Oops, I did a decimal point on my paycheck accidentally. Oh, oops. Yeah, unfortunately, And my boss is still in charge of processing the pay. So I put everything on the bank and he then needs to approve it. And we do all right as a company, but we're not so rich that I can just accidentally move, pay myself more. That said, my boss did say yesterday that he wants to talk to me about my pay, so hopefully he'll say, oh, I don't really want to hire another bookkeeper, and I thought maybe you want to still keep doing it. And like, mate, I've got nothing else to do, so sure, I don't like it. Your mom's the absolute worst side effect. What are you doing on my computer? Oh my god. Well, at least you've got TeamViewer installed, right? At least you can actually do it. Rather than having to wait for someone to talk through what they think is wrong. Tell me so I can learn. No, you won't learn. It's the curse of tech support, especially for family members, because they won't learn. They'll tell you they want to learn, but they won't. It's never happening. Not in a million years. Also, if you don't know what the exact problem is, because I'm midway through figuring out what... Yes, true. Very true. What makes you think I'll be able to explain something that I don't even know what it is yet to you right now? I'm still frickin' fighting. Jim. Even your memory is largely intact. It was a massive... Yeah, it's never fun. My grandma used to ask for explanations and stuff as well. Which is like fair, because she had no freaking clue, obviously. And then, yeah, did not listen, obviously. Or probably did listen, but just didn't register. Yeah, what she would do is, whenever one of the grandchildren came over, is ask if they could print off all the emails so that she could respond to them. And then you get a letter back. I mean, still pretty impressive that my 90-year-old grandma was using emails, but just don't know what you're doing. Oh, you don't trust me to figure out. I do trust you. Now why are you hovering? Yeah, Git! Let me sort it out. First my grandma is also incredibly sweet. Yeah, absolutely. I know, right? She did learn towards the end, like how to type back, but it literally was letter by letter, so she just preferred to write, and she had this really, really neat as a pin school teacher handwriting. Yeah, very cute. My grandma did a lot of things that were really, really nice, but some things that were absolutely infuriating as well. Like I'm glad that she wasn't my mum, if that makes sense. Mum's mum. Because she we would go there for the weekend. Like we would show up on Friday evening usually, and we would leave Sunday late morning, and she would buy enough food to feed 8 people for 3 weeks. En mijn mom en her like standard phrase was: als het niet opgaat, moet je het meenemen. Which translates to: if it doesn't get finished, you have to take it with you. So she would spend absolute fortunes on food that then had to go in our car back home, which to me as a kid was great. Like I loved it. All the like soft white rolls from the bakery, and ham and roast beef and a pot of soup and all kinds of stuff, that like all the snacks and things that she'd bought. But for my mum, that was absolutely infuriating, because she kept telling her, like, Mum, don't do this. Don't spend your freaking pension on money for, or on food for us to take home with us. But I think she was trying to be, to do something nice for my mum, to, like, a way to give, give food without. Zeus, thank you so much for the follow. Zeus 44,000, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the stretch. Sounds like your kind of grandma. Yeah, I mean, she was, to me, she was great, and to my brother, we really liked it. But it was infuriating to my mum. Bless her. She found it very. How are you, Zeus? Are you all right? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, on my father's side, my grandmother was slightly less fun. She, towards the end, she barely ate. Thank you, yeah. There's not very much left of them. I've been picking at them. I need to repaint them, but that's the colour on them. Got one pinky finger left as well. Well, I need to, planes aren't still up. You don't have to eat like anymore. Oh, that was your mum's parents. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, my grandma, my mum's side was always very, generous portions, let's put it that way. And my very first boyfriend once made the mistake to tell her he liked her green beans. And my grandmother's green beans, bless her heart, were always overcooked, so they were like dark green. And after that, she would make double the portion of green beans. And again, als het niet opgaat, moet je het meenemen. If you can't finish it, you have to take it with you. So, yeah. yeah, but on my dad's side, my grandmother, towards the end, she didn't really eat very much anymore. The only things that she enjoyed was smoking cigarettes. Lots and lots and lots of them. The skinny ones. Oh no, actually, it was Belinda menthols. That was the one that she was smoking. Belinda's. And drink sherry. So, yeah. And when you would go visit, like rather than like air kisses or cheek kisses or whatever, she would literally grab your face and then with her old lady sherry cigarette mouth, just full on snog you, like with these really wet old people lips. Full mouth kiss. It was yeah, one of the less pleasant experiences in my life. You watched your granddad scrape a layer of mold off an egg salad pot and go, oh jeez. Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy that. That does not sound like yeah, exactly. It was horrible. She was a nice enough lady, but she was almost the opposite of my grandmother on my mum's side in the food department, because where my grandmother on my mum's side, she would like almost feeder type behavior, where if you weren't having a little nibble or a lunch with the nice delicious rolls and soft fluffy bread rolls with chocolate sprinkles or with nice ham or whatever, you were having snacks or something else. My grandmother on my father's side, she had these wooden egg cups, and they used to hang on this little shelving unit with like 10 of these egg cups next to each other in the kitchen. And when we got there, sometimes, not every time, sometimes we were allowed to grab an egg cup, and then we had to. They were like, yeah, obviously wooden egg cups, not very deep, like quite shallow ones, and we were allowed to fill them with M&Ms. Oh no, sorry, I say M&Ms. They were Smarties. So we each got about 7 M&Ms, Smarties, and that was our treat for the day. So yeah, get there in the morning, and if you're lucky, you can have a single sandwich in the evening with like huzarensalade, which is a very Dutch thing. Like they call it salad. It's not really salad. It's a mix of like meat and mayo, and it's not the nicest. It's not the worst either, but I know, right? I don't think she like really realized it. I think to her, it was like a really special treat. We'd be sitting there like having our freaking 7 Smarties and like, thanks, Grandma. Still obviously grateful because, again, grandmother. Husband was, I think he used to be in the, during the war, I think he was in het verzet in Dutch. So the people who fought against the Germans. That is fantastic. I love that. That is beautiful. Hello, Crusader. You alright? Oh my god, that is a fantastic emote, or whatever it is. It's massive and I love it. I don't even know how that works on the stream. That is beautiful. That is some quality ad. One of the upgrades he makes some gigantify modes. It's a bits thing. Cool. That's still slightly boggle moment that my mum never figured out that I, 186 human, may need more food than her. Yeah. But you're just about to get ready for school, run with the kids, and chilling with your coffee and watching hobby people. Nice. That is a very nice way to start the day. Or I'm assuming it's the morning school run. Not sure if it's... To this day, she'll dish you out similar portion to whatever she's having, then complain vocally when you add more. Really? It's like, Mum, look at the size of me. Look at the size of you. Why does she complain? What does she complain about? Does she say that you're eating too much, or does she say that you aren't leaving her enough? Or teenage boys and girls can pack away a lot of food, 100%. I used to come home from school when I was about 15, 16, and with my friend we'd eat through best part of a loaf of bread with lots of, obviously, like sandwich meats and stuff, and then have matzah bread with it because we loved that. And on a good day we would also eat like a ramen, like a noodle soup thing. Crazy. Even having lost 40 kilo. Yep, eating too much. Oh wow. Hi Kat, you alright? Bonk. Chris! Hey, how are you? Plenty of food, she's just judgy. Nice. Tired but otherwise okay, how are you? Just fuck awful phrase too. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god, 430. That is a crazy amount of people. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting to turn that down. Have you had an elegant sufficiency? Ooh. No, Mum, I'm starving. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of bananas, really. I should probably do something for like 500 followers. Do like, the only problem is that I already have so many things in the pipeline that I need to do that I don't really... Or I say need to do, want to do. Oppositional defiance, activation phrase, yeah. Sounds like something your gran would have said. Oh wow. How are you, you lovely bean? I am alright. Hot tub stream. No one wants to see me in a hot tub, Zach. That is not a... Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I'm alright. Niv in the tub. Yes, exactly. That would work. Yeah, I'm alright. Today was fairly alright. Like, work went pretty quick, which is nice. I had a pretty good weekend away with my mum and brother and Nivian this weekend in Aldborough, which was nice. In December, oh god, poor boy. It was really nice to see them, but I had a massive crash out Sunday morning before we were going to leave, and that left a bit of a sour note towards the end. And I still feel like it wasn't my fault, but they feel like my mum thought it was, so... Yeah, the migraine this morning. Oh no. Migraines are the worst. I can't do anything if I have a migraine. Like, I just have to lie in a dark room, hope that I don't puke. And take my meds and pray that it passes quickly, but... Right. Right, that's the gold on. On one. The pain side of it wasn't too bad this time. You managed to catch it early. It was basically blind within 15 minutes of it starting. Oh god. Do you get like auras and stuff as well? Yeah, they really do suck. I was gonna say, that's not much of a warning system. It's like, hey you know your eyesight? I was like, yeah. It's gone, mate. Efficient, yeah. It's good you know your body well enough to catch it when you can, yeah. It's hard for me to twig on that it's going to be a migraine early on, because all my headaches all start the same, and then if it's a migraine it just gets gradually worse and worse and worse until it's like throbbing behind my left eye, and the only hint that it's going to be a migraine is that my normal painkillers don't work. I can take as many paracetamol as I want, but it's not gonna... doesn't do anything. Such bullshit. Migraines are such bullshit. Yeah, the migraine is only one. Super grateful it hasn't recurred. Yeah. Yeah, they are rough. I mean, normal headaches are bad enough. Pretty crippling, but anywho, you have to start the school run stuff, Australian here. Be lurking and living the hobby dream through you until you can paint again. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you for the follow and everything. I've already... You've been here for a while, but yeah. It's been really nice seeing you. And I hope you have a good day. I have to admit, it's getting very late for me here. It's nearly 10 o'clock, which is very late for me. So I will need to go walk the dog quickly in a moment and get to bed, because I have to actually do payroll tomorrow and not make mistakes. I love those. They're so silly. They make me happy.
Shiny. Ooh, pretty.
I really want to keep painting. I hate that I have to stop, but I know what I'm like. I'll start missing things. Because I can actually feel my eyes are a bit scratchy. I've been staring. Don't forget you've done a 40-hour week and that pay rise we agreed on. Yeah, exactly. Well, you say that. He did actually mention that he wants to talk to me about my pay, so I'm hoping it will happen. Hang a second. Okay. Thank you for the lurk, Crusader. I really appreciate it. And have a lovely rest of your day. Feedback on a work in progress. Right. Let's wash my brush out. These boys can stay here. That just had its back done. Paint that next. Obviously, still need to finish the gold. There you go. Okay. Bear with, caller. Where did you post that? Works in progress. Sick. Oh, I love those skills. They are really cool. I love how the raised areas are brighter green. Did you just dry brush it or rawr? Bear with. It doesn't actually let me zoom in enough to be able to tell if it's dry brushing or brush work. But judging by the on the antlery things, please make that a redeem, rar. Okay. Try to be more aware of the light spots now. You did dry brush. It was about 2 hours work so far. That's coming on really nicely. I can't remember if it was Jace who was saying it. That unless you're being like really really serious about like maybe doing a competition piece or whatever for like I don't have anything left. Drop. Like if you're doing like a golden demon or whatever, that the we are painting fantasy, so who's to say that there's not a light source over there and one over there and one over there? We don't know this. So in theory, you can make light sources wherever you want, but it's as long as you're consistent with where you put the highlights, it's but being slightly sensible with them helps make it more believable. But I really love it. It looks really, really good. I like how the recesses are nice and dark. some really nice contrast going on. I love the vibrancy of that green. That is really pretty. Like, I can't wait to see how you get on with the rest of it. It's really pretty. Why, yes, this pen does in fact have 12 suns. What of it? Ah, sick. Yeah, that makes sense. Iguana. That is really cool. I love it. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. I'm gonna blind you guys for a second because I need to move my monitor. Yeah, of course. Oh my god, this is such a freaking stressful thing to do every time. I'm pulling my keyboard out from underneath my monitor to try and... There we go. And in the process not accidentally knocking anything off my desk, because my desk is an absolute explosion of stuff at the moment, and yeah, I'm not proud of it. Let's see who is online on Twitch. We're gonna do a little raid. Looks at all the realism painting and slings into... Hey. There's no, like... to me, there is no this is better than that. There is a there's a market for realism and there's a market for I paint whatever the hell I want, thank you very much. So whatever your style is your style, and however you paint and whatever makes you happy is the way it should be. If it makes you happy, that's how it should be. So Gondors is on. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Gondors. I haven't seen Gondors in a while. Awesome. Copy. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, it's been short but sweet for those who've just joined. We're getting to a point that he's beginning to come together. So we've got obviously there's still touching up to do, etc, etc, but he's got... We'll need to put some light on there. Ooh. He's we've got some, I think, quite nice skin. His scales are not too obnoxious anymore because I gave them a little airbrush to sort of pull everything together. The gold is highlighted to bits. His face is getting there, like he's got like angry face, eyes, hair, getting there. You do prefer of the other version. The other version of the model, you mean? And the wings are getting there. They're not done yet. They need more. Yeah, I do agree. I find this version of the model nicer to look at than the new one. The pose is way more dynamic, and his face doesn't look like he's psychotic, which I suppose he is. So it's not a fit, not wrong to say that it's that he looks like that. But I just prefer this one. I think he looks cooler. But who am I? I'm crazy enough to spend 180 quid on a freaking resin kit that isn't particularly. Yeah. Oh my god! When did I miss? Crusader did bits. When was that? I completely missed that. Right, I'm gonna have to give them a whisper in a moment because I Anyway, I am going to create a little raid, and I'm going to send us to Gonders tonight because he is working on something and he is good people. Prefer the scales to the smooth finish and new sculpt. Yeah, same. I feel like he looks a little bit like a sausage that has been fried a little bit too hard, so he's like burst out of his skin. He looks a little bit too, I don't know. I prefer this, but nothing wrong with the other version either. But for me, it's this one. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. I've had a very nice stream, and yeah, hope to see you all again soon. Have a lovely rest of your night, day, wherever you are, and hopefully see you all on Saturday. I'll be starting slightly earlier, I think, on Saturday because I have to finish slightly earlier because I have movie night. But yeah, I will be here Saturday afternoon, UK time, probably around 2 o'clock-ish. And creating a raid, and I'll send us over as soon as it's available. And well, hopefully see you all soon. Have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. Bye bye.